Sicon Approvals is a web-based application which runs on a tablet, on a phone or a desktop. It includes a number of different applications, but the one we're going to concentrate on is our timesheets applications. Many modules on the left-hand side, which includes purchase requisitions, quotes, sales quotes, invoice approval, expenses, holiday requisitions, HR, and the one we're going to concentrate on is timesheets. In order for this to work, it does need to link to Sicon projects or Sage Project Accounting. So very simply, all I do is log on as the user, select the week that I wish to submit my timesheets for, click on New Line, and then I'll get presented with a list of all the projects that I need to submit my time against. I can obviously filter and search for that specifically. Now, there's two ways in which I can enter my time. I've got mine set up with a start and end time because we also want to capture this for payroll purposes. So there's a couple of reasons for capturing time against the projects. The first is for costing purposes and analysis. The second is for payroll purposes and overtime calculations, and the third for charging purposes. I have mine set up for start and end time in order for us to capture overtime calculations, but you could limit this so all you're doing is seeing and entering the total number of hours. Have the capacity to be able to pop in some notes against each day and each submission, or as you can see, we can put a general notes in here. And it literally is as simple as update. We can then select a new line, and that could be a different project if we wanted to, or of course it could be for the next day. Now it will automatically save the submission that I've just entered, and then when I'm happy to submit that because I've completed for the full week, all I simply do is click submit, and that will then automatically generate an email notification directly out through to whoever it is that needs to approve that, and that could be multiple people. Now, there are some reminder notifications that can be sent, generally typically weekly, just to remind staff that they need to submit their timesheets. So as you can see, this is now waiting for Sarah Smith, and Sarah would have had an email notification through Outlook with a little hyperlink in it to tell her that there is a timesheet awaiting her approval from Gordon. So as the manager now, all I do is log in, and as you'll see, I have a very simple approve button. And I have now a list of all of the timesheets, the weekly timesheets that have been submitted. I can see the person that submitted it and the week commencing and the total number of hours. And then all I simply do is click on the line and I can see the project that that's associated to, and again, the number of hours. At this point, I have the ability to either approve or reject. Both of those will automatically update the originator, so they're always kept in the loop as to what's happening. I can obviously pop in a reason as to why that's rejected, but if I click approve, that's the point where it can go through to multiple people if necessary. Otherwise, it will automatically post onto Sage projects or Sicon projects. So it's eliminating the need to have to key in and take paper-based timesheets or indeed import that information directly into projects. In order for the system to know exactly where that timesheet submission needs to go through to, we set up an approval workflow in the background. Now you'll see that if you decide to take on more of the modules within the approvals portal, you can actually set up an approval workflow based on the document type. Now, if you have multiple Sage companies, there is the option for approvals to link to multiple organisations without any additional charge. And again, you've got that capacity to be able to set up a brand new approval workflow for each of those. Now, I've set this up to be configured by the requesting user. So Gordon's the one that submitted those timesheets, and I've got this set up for now to go through to just Sarah. Now, we could also include the project as one of the defining approval workflows. So each project that gets submitted will automatically go through to the designated person. Now, you can have as many people in that workflow as you like, and it can be sent to go through to multiple people, one person at a time, or it can go through to multiple people all at the same time. So a very simplistic workflow where it'll just go through to Sarah, then the administrator, or as we said, it'll go through to multiple people at the same time. So if we come into Sage and come and have a look at Sicon projects, as you'll see, that's now automatically posted without the need for us to rekey that data in. So we can see who it was that submitted it. We can see the date, that submission, and the project header that that's associated to. We've got the actual cost and that person's rate, and the project level, phase, stage, and activity where relevant that that's also associated through to. Any further information, please refer through to our helping user guides or have a chat with your Sage business partner.